What modern social trend pisses you off the most? Recording strangers to see their reactions. Making young children into social media stars. It's fine to share pictures of your kids with friends, but aggressively documenting and marketing your family life for the public at large is creepy. Whenever I see toys at Walmart about that Ryan kid, I just get sad and hope Hess is happy as Hess portrayed on the box, because I don't think he is. I'm glad I have no idea who this is. As the parent of a child close to his primary demographic who has never watched him, all I know is, he's a kid with a YouTube channel that has his face on enough products to make Gene Simmons jealous. Hess on TV with his parents now too. I forget which channel. I feel like it or Treehouse, maybe Nicked or something like that. They do these games challenges similar to on his YouTube channel, but between episodes of TV shows. It's odd. It looks pretty forced, honestly. That people think their lives need to be viewed to be lived, it's like privacy and being private are considered repressive. People are always online, posting about their lives, and everyone wants validation about every aspect of their lives. Just ducking live-em. Social media is a digital zoo. Never thought of it that way, but it's really an accurate take. It's a sociology talking point. I think the quote was something like, "I share, therefore I am." Family vloggers horrify me. The concept of exploiting your children's lives for views is particularly awful. And because it's a relatively new concept, there are no real laws around child labor or exploitation concerning it. There are YouTubers out there right now who live in mansions worth millions of dollars that they got from shoving a camera in their toddler's face and demanding them to perform for strangers. I can't even imagine the psychological repercussions this will have on these kids in the future. Advertising slowly taking over every single aspect of our lives. I'm not really exaggerating when I say over 90% of the mail and phone calls I get are junk or scams. Data we generate simply by being online being sold to the highest bidder without any real way of stopping it, which in turn fuels more ads. Went shopping more than once at a larger grocery store? Congrats, you now get suspiciously tailored coupons mailed and emailed to you even though you don't remember ever giving them your addresses, meaning it's probably linked to your credit card and banking info. The internet is great for knowledge if you look in the right places and allows discovery of fascinating things, but it does sometimes feel like we sold our souls to somebody for it. Me, buys from Amazon a specific one-off item I don't plan on buying again for 5 to 10 years. Amazon, here's a bunch of ads for this specific item. You should buy some more. I've taken to doing any serious online research for bigger purchases on a secondary web browser in private mode so that Chrome won't as easily flood me with ads. Use DuckDuckGo. I use it with Ublock, and it's a damn near perfect combo. Public grieving. And berating those who don't grieve publicly. When Chadwick Boseman passed away, people were hounding his co-stars regarding their responses. When Malik B of The Roots passed away, Questlove actually found out by being spammed on Twitter by a bunch of strangers. Imagine finding out one of your closest friends died, because random strangers wanted an immediate response from you. I remember when Nipsey Hussle died, not because I had even heard of him before that, but because everyone was publicly stating how devastated they were. It almost seemed like a competition. People were saying stuff like, "I've been supporting him for X amount of years, since the beginning, no one is more upset than me." I honestly found it disturbing. It was like his death was just another trend that people on social media needed to post about. This is exactly it, and unfortunately it doesn't just happen over celebrity deaths. A girl from my hometown went missing and it was eventually discovered that she was murdered by someone she met up with from Tinder. I was very good friends with her younger brother when we were kids, so I knew the family very well. As soon as the story made national news, everyone from my hometown started posting memoirs, even those who never knew her, and it became a one-upping competition like you mentioned. The family remained silent, and the brother I was friends with deactivated all his social media because people kept posting about her for months. It becomes almost harassment at a point, constantly being reminded of your family member's traumatic death by people you barely know pretending to care about them. It's disgusting to see people use tragedy to fish for likes so they can feel validated. We had a very similar thing happen in my town. The funeral was packed, people talking about how they knew the deceased cousin's uncle's friend, asking all over social media how it all happened, wanting to find out more about the surviving family, etc. The worst part was that the entire family was murdered by their teen son. He killed his little sisters and brothers, his mom, and tried to kill his dad, who ultimately survived. Then the dad had to deal with these vultures constantly bombarding him with self-serving pity and curiosity, plus the news breathing down his neck. The poor man was constantly begging for privacy while trying to come to terms with losing his entire family in one day, at the hand of his own child no less. Entertainment has eaten everything. Politics, personal relationships, sexual intimacy. The yardstick has become not how good are you at something, but how good of a show are you putting on? Agreed, I know couples who are 100% only together to make each other's social media profiles look better. At least they have shared values no matter how shallow. Live, laugh, like each other's posts. Say what you want, at least it's an ethos. I didn't watch my buddies die face down in the muck for this. This is not nom. This is bowling. There are rules. Treating opinion as fact and fact as opinion. That's my truth. Do your research says someone who watched some YouTube videos on a subject edit since in getting a lot of YouTube is actually good for learning comments? Yes, that's true. I've learned a lot of stuff from YouTube too. But my point was that some people weigh their YouTube education higher than people that actually got degrees on the subject and did actual research, like controlled, peer-reviewed experiments with actual quantitative analysis. That's all. Educate yourself. Letting little kids have social media, unsupervised. They are not equipped to handle any of it. So many conflicts spawn out of it. To be honest, most adults cannot handle social media. Spoiler alert, most answers are social media. 1. Everyone has a right to have a voice on the internet, but not everyone deserves a following authority influence. Just because you paid off your car doesn't mean you're qualified to become a financial coach. 2. Couples recording pranks on each other that are so painfully staged. It's the same super popular trends that are reproduced. Like, do you really need to act so shocked the 10th time your girlfriend pretends to strip in front of the camera but actually has clothes underneath her towel? Are you really that shocked? At this point I just block, but I just can't imagine people have that much time. 3. Recording people in need for clout. I came upon this couple yesterday with the whole prank thing. They had a bunch where they were in the kitchen. He would hide behind the island and smack her butt, then duck down again. She would act scared and start asking the air who done it, and run around the kitchen until he stood up and did the whole "it's a prank babe." These people are getting literally millions of likes? But it's painfully fake. I don't know who is worse. The people who make those videos, or the people who like them. The people who like them. 100%. It's not even close. The people who like them give humanity a bad name with their complete lack of critical thought. The people who make them are just capitalizing. I'm exhausted with how vapid and fake social media is. How everything needs to be on social media. I have to explicitly say to family members, please don't put this on social media at family events, etc. As an example, trying to post that I had gotten engaged on Facebook before it even got to tell close family and friends who weren't actually there. Then getting defensive when you say, can you not post that please? I think that's what annoys me more, the entitlement of people. Like they have the right to post it and how dare you tell me not to. Legal or not, I really don't think people have a right to publish recorded content featuring my face or anyone else they want. The argument I get is it's my Facebook. Well, that may be Auntie Jill, but it's my face and life, and I don't want all the random strangers you accept invites from knowing my life. My argument to this is sure that's fair, but if you're going to post pictures from personal events that I invited you to, then guess who's not going to get invites anymore? That seems to get the message across. This is more work related, but it pisses me off how there is now a work culture of always being reachable by email or text for whatever happens. A lot of places expect you to be pretty much on call even when you're not at the office anymore. I worked at an ad agency where days off sometimes didn't even feel like that, because I would still be getting emails about things and was expected to be checking them. There should be some level of balance between work and personal life, and I feel like that is fading because it's becoming more and more socially acceptable to adopt this type of culture. I just had a work meeting yesterday and my boss's boss was in this meeting and he legit told us to keep our work and personal lives separate as much as we can. We're in it and sometimes emergencies happen, but if we get an email, text, or phone call after hours and it's not an emergency, they told us to ignore it. And if the same person keeps sending stuff after hours, to let them know and they'll talk to the person. It's great having bosses that actually care about you and your personal life. Edit, grammar. Sounds like a great place to work. My job as a manager is to make my employees able to do their job. As part of that, it is keeping them happy and stable enough to be willing to continue to do their job. Sorry, Mr. Output is everything and burn them all down, but people quit managers more than jobs, and training new people ducking sucks. Every job I've ever quit has been because of management. I've had jobs I've enjoyed and jobs I did not, but the number one factor was management. A good manager makes any job better and vice versa. I'm happy to say I'm in a job that has great managers now and don't plan on leaving any time soon if ever.